Are you encouraged by what you're seeing in Europe? You know, people going back to work and schools opening and that kind of thing?
Um, yes, I am encouraged by what I'm seeing in Sweden and in Europe. I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing in science as other investigators are using other simple therapies that are efficacious in treating the disease should it develop, such as chlorine dioxide and Dr. Andreas Klöckner in Sweden and Switzerland. And so, yes, I am encouraged by what's happening as and hope that it continues to happen and people go back to work, go back to their lives. And the lesson we learned is this should never happen again. Not that there'll be another wave next year if we don't get a vaccine.
And Judy, how do you keep getting up every day and fighting? And how do you feel lately?
Well, if I can prevent one person from getting a flu shot this year, if I can prevent one person from, ever getting a vaccine again, from one injury, I've done my job each day. If I can get that message across and have somebody take off that mask, that's why I get up every single day. If I can find a way to restore communication in science such that all debates are considered. I set up 2 meetings this week to just discuss with other doctors, other expertise, clinical doctors, like Jeff Galpin in North Carolina, who had criticized me, like Dr. Mike, who had also criticized me and was supposed to discuss on Patrick Bet-David's show either later today or tomorrow. They both canceled because they were told, either by superiors or anybody else that, I'm just crazy and we don't discuss these things. And so, can't we just discuss issues? And I'm reminded by one of my friends sent me Eleanor Roosevelt's quote, great minds discuss ideas, mediocre minds discuss issues, and simple minds discuss people. So can we simply go to discussing these science issues and realize the technology allows us to heal this? We could heal even those XMRVs just as we turned HIV infection into a disease we could live with. What's on TV? Pre-exposure prophylaxis. And yet we won't take that in any other way, shape, or form. Pre-exposure prophylaxis is the commercial PrEP for HIV people who, in order to keep their virus undetectable so they won't spread it. We just need pre-exposure prophylaxis and take all we've learned over these 40 years and apply it right away. And we can do that around the world. And that's why I get up every day, because every day more doctors, more people wake up and say, thank you. And maybe they take off the mask and don't faint or have a car accident because of they're not getting enough oxygen.
Yeah, well, I'm not wearing a mask, and I've refused to wear one, and I'm not going to get the vaccine if it comes out. And I was speaking with a conservative kind of political commentator named Candace Owens in the States last week, and she came out and said the same thing. I'm not getting a vaccine. It's not on the cards, and I think you're seeing a lot of people coming out and saying that. I think, which is super helpful to kind of put that line in the sand. And it's funny how you say no one wants to debate you, because I think Sherry Tenpenny was telling me on Friday, she said, we used to go to these conferences and we used to have these debates, and she's like, the other side would come up and say, these never go very well for us, is what she said. And then they stopped debating. So it sounds like you just don't have a lot of people that do want to talk to you.
Right. But we can't talk the science. Those aren't the people that called me from Science Mag. Let's talk the science. Let's talk solutions. That's what my work did for the blood supply. The minute we found the contaminated blood supply, we already had a solution, because a company came to us the day our paper came out and said, we think we have a solution. Well, that would prevent coronavirus contamination of the blood supply, as well as Zika, as well as XMRV, as well as HIV and HTLV1. So there are technologies that could decontaminate, but first we have to get the courage to stand up and say we made a mistake and move on, and take the knowledge learned, and we can make a safe vaccine, but we're not allowed. We can't, I can do that. I've given talks on Joe Mercola, and it's not just me, it's the technology, it's knowing the interactions, it's knowing what we know about the immune system and the disease signatures. We can use peptide T and the knowledge that we learn to stop the interaction of the macrophage and the T cell and prevent the transmission so that the immune system will develop memories, or slow it down with natural cannabinoid modulation of the therapy so that you could turn the flame down your cannabinoid system natural dimmer. So in the last chapters of the book, we talk about the solutions, and many scientists come to me and say, yeah, how about, and we talk about deuterium depleted water. We talk about them preventing glyphosate toxicity, and getting that out of our environment and our food with Stephanie Seneff. So there's so many things we can do, and we are all working together, just as Sherry Tenpenny and Dr. Suzanne Humphries, Dr. Stephanie Seneff, everybody. We're all working together, and we'll be together this Wednesday, or this weekend now, the 20th through the 24th, at the virtual Autism One virtual summit, autism1.org. It's free to register. You can go hear any of these people talk and heal with nutrition and heal with other therapies, that can give some of these kids their lives back if we're really allowed. And that's why we have to stop the cartels, the FDA that prevents, and the WHO that prevents these medicines from getting to these victims.